Improvising is a fundamental part of being able to play the piano. If you can improvise, you can sit at a piano, any piano, and immediately play without having any music. But the problem is the very concept is scary. To think that the left hand has got to do something and the right hand has got to do something without prior planning or anything written down in front of you is ridiculous. So that's where I want to help out. I want to get it so that you can start to make stuff up even if you've never done it before. This series is going to start you from scratch and it's going to get you playing pieces you never even dreamed of. So let's begin. So as I said, I'm starting from scratch. So all you need to do is be able to understand what notes there are on the piano, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and what fingers you've got on each hand. You should know that one already. So let's tackle the first hurdle of improvising, the left hand. Now it doesn't need to be complicated, we don't even need to get into chords yet. What we do need to understand though is the concept of rhythm and timing. So let's begin and get the left hand on the piano. Little finger on A, second finger on D, and those are the only two notes that we're going to be worried about. Now, on their own, they don't sound particularly exciting, but what we really need to do is get this hand playing perfectly in time, so that when the right hand joins it, it's not going to go wrong. Now I realise I'm bringing it back to basics, but that's where we need to start to have this fundamental baseline, pun intended, for improving our improvisation and creating great songs in the future. So let's count for 4 beats on each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. You can use a metronome to keep you in time or even a clock, just something so that your left hand knows exactly when it should be playing and when it shouldn't be. And just make sure to hold down the notes when you do it. Okay, next step is getting the right hand involved. Again, this can be really overwhelming, but all we need to do is keep it simple and suddenly you'll realise that improvising maybe isn't too challenging. So, the left hand is staying exactly where it is. Our right hand is also going to be on the A area. So thumb on A, and we're going to use 3 notes in this, A, C, and D. But we're just going to start with A to begin with. So, just begin by playing the right hand on every beat. On that A. Again, not exciting, it's not meant to be, but it's meant to be about getting your brain understanding exactly where each beat lies. Now, once you're completely bored of that, let's see if we can add in a little bit of a rhythm. Now you can make it up or you can copy mine. Here we go. And it doesn't need to be anything thrilling. We just need to start from somewhere. Get the easy wins. Okay, so we've got a rhythm and we've got some timing. We're starting to have some sort of concept of a melody, but it's not too engaging while it's staying on that one note. So let's include a C. So take your pattern, whether you've copied what I've done or created your own just with the one note, see if you can include the C to fill in some of the notes of that pattern that the A did. So we could go like this. Just like that. Or swap it around a bit and start on the C and go back to the A. And suddenly, we're really starting to get somewhere. And I need to reiterate, because this is so fundamental, that left hand has to be confident. That left hand has to be playing whether your right hand knows the timing or not. Because if that left hand wants to just hold down for as long as it can, then the right hand can fill in for as many bars as it wants and we never get any structure. It could go it's like, okay, I ended up back on the A and it sounded like it resolved, but could you feel any beat? Could you feel any timing with that? Even if I went to the D afterwards. Like figuring out the notes with no rhythm is never going to get us anywhere. It just sounds like a jumble of things. So if we've got that structure in the background, pretty much everything we do in the right hand sounds like it's meant to be there. Okay, so let's get back to that repeating rhythm. And this time, each repetition, swap it round. So you saw when I played the A, C, A, but when I played the D, C, 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 A, C. Same rhythm, same notes, just reversed to give some interest. Now it's like we've got a 2-bar phrase and you're engaged and the listener is understanding what's going on, and it's not just this absolute cycle of repetition. So we got those 2 notes, let's add in a third and see what happens there. And it's going to be the D. Do you notice how simple I'm keeping it? So much of it is empty. Okay, I'm holding down notes, but I'm not going. Just because the notes are there doesn't mean that they need to be filling in every single gap. It needs to be basic, it needs to be simple, because at the end of the day, songs and compositions are based around getting the hook stuck in someone's head. If we've got a repetition of notes, that's going to get stuck in someone's head. If you've got space and room to breathe, that person is likely going to be able to sing that melody back to you after they've heard it. And that's the ideal situation. If it's memorable, then you've probably done quite a good job, rather than just going. Good luck trying to get someone to sing that back to you. If we keep it simple, left hand with those 2 notes, right hand with these 3, we can make it sound something like this. And I'm feeling the beat, I'm feeling every single note that my left hand is playing and the beats in the background. I'm counting to 4. My body is feeling exactly when those beats line up so that the right hand has an anchor point, a place to be. And the space just makes it sound like a conversation. It's meant to be, you have a little start of a sentence and then you have the end of a sentence, start of a sentence, end of a sentence. It can't just be continuous words, very much like I'm doing right now in a paragraph without any commas or full stops. You need to take a breath. So that's what you need in your piece. And breathe. And breathe again. And the next step you could say, just for today, is to try same left hand, same notes in the right hand, A, C, D, but try it in different octaves. Try the same pattern somewhere else. And you can hear, without any effort at all, other than just a shift of a hand to a different position, you've created something that sounds cool and you've already stepped into the world of improvising. Okay, genuinely, did that help? Did that get you making up something interesting? If it did, let me know in the comments. If it didn't, please let me know in the comments and tell me what you want to know to help you start to make some music. This is going to be a series, a long-term series that's going to go from absolute basics to this growing progression of complexity within improvisation, including chords and scales. So let's get the basics off to a great start. So just remember, keep it simple. 2 notes in the left hand, 3 notes in the right, and create the repeating patterns that are going to be memorable. Create something that you can sing back to yourself. Create something that has a conversation. Create something that can breathe and has space and sounds purposeful, even with as few notes as we actually use today. So before I go, I just want to remind you that I've got some pieces that are currently available for free if you join my online school. I'm writing some pirate stuff over the next 2 weeks. If you join the online school, I'm going to send you an email roughly every 3 days, including all the brand new pieces. So you don't want to miss this because they are absolutely free right now for you to play. And I want to hear what you think. So in any case, stay motivated, keep practicing, and I will see you tomorrow for another piano tip video.